Today we are going to look at classes in Python. So same in the project programming languages, it's same here. So object-oriented programming concept class that we are going to discuss in a very high level. So what we discuss here is whenever we see something in a real world, let's say a human, for when we are making software, we need to give a representation of this human into the software world. So in the software world, when it comes to a person, then we define their attributes, their name, age, gender, and the functionalities of behavior that they can do, what they can do. They can walk, they can eat, they can work, those things. So it's like a blueprint. So the same example we can explain, the house blueprint, when you are as a class, and each and every house with a unique address, with a location, and with its own functionality. We can rent it out, we can upgrade. It's an object then, a house that is specifically located somewhere. So it's a blueprint, it's just a class, and objects is each and every house. Same can take the dog class also. Let's say we are going to create a digital dog, then representation, it has properties, name, breed, and it has behavior, it can bark, etc. So with this example here, there's a keyword is class. When you are going to create a class, the keyword is class, then the class name and the colon. And here, the function that we learned before, now there's this is something special. It's a constructor or an initializer. So same way that we write a function, we start with def and special keyword double underscore init and another double underscore. And when we start, the first parameter is self, that is the current uh, object. It refers itself. So when we the parameter pass, it assigns its own properties. So here, what has happened is it creates a object using the constructor, the class object, passes this property information, which eventually will be assigned into their properties. That's how this object is created. This object then it can be assigned to a variable. So this is the object, and the object properties can be accessed and can be printed. Same as properties, it can also have methods or behaviors. So here another function bark, it will print something. So it can those behaviors can be called as well, just like we access the properties. So we'll quickly see. So when it comes to the if you are creating a class like employee, we can create it using the keyword and the class name. And here we can see we have created the constructor with the def keyword and self and the two parameters. So what happens is, uh, when we create when we call this one, this calls this initializer, it passes this information, and it eventually gets assigned here and here to itself. So this is in C sharp we call it the constructor, or we can call it the initializer. So after creating this one, what it does is it calls is one of its behaviors. It calls here this function with this self keyword, of course. And what does is it prints its name and its salary, its properties here. So when we run this, what happens is it prints its name and salary, whatever that is, the object that is created here, and is printed. So we can do various other things. We can either uh, assign this to something, and then let's say employee one. We can run it like this, or we can change something. Yeah, that's another way to do it. Or else salary. Let's say we are changing it. Again, we are running it. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, second one has changed. So likewise, we can uh, do various things from the classes. This is just the beginning and a very high level. Hope we had an understanding.